Death Valley is one of the most difficult arenas to play in all of college football. The atmosphere is crazy here in Clemson, South Carolina, and just in year one, week two, the second game as a head coach, Julius Canary will take his Mountaineers down a little bit into South Carolina to take on Clemson. The short journey from Boone to Clemson as arena is going to be an interesting matchup. App State always seems to find a way to compete in these type of games. Number 6 overall, and they have a lot of really good players. They are led on defense by leading senior right outside linebacker Barrett Carter. He is fast, athletic. He can do about everything. He's much more better in pass coverage, but do not underestimate the rest of his skills. On offense, they've got a huge weapon at tight end, Jake Briningstool. Big target for Cade Klubnik to try and bounce back and have a better year this year, as well as a reliable senior running back, Phil Maffa, out of Georgia. He is a former 4-star who has a good speed, but he's much stronger than your average running back. And then also they are led by Cade Klubnik, the 5-star junior quarterback. Had an okay year last year, trying to really take that leap this year, and they will boot it away. And the Mountaineers will return it. Michael Hetzel up the left side. A little bit of a return back to the 22. As we're going to send out wide receiver Caden Robinson, who had a prolific first week. And they're going to get this offense started. Mikael Haywood, good run. You've got to establish the run against a defensive line like Clemson if you can. Now the read option. Haywood cuts it outside. He's got a first down and then some down inside about the 40, but he is wrapped up and slow to get up, so Haywood's going to have to come out of the game. Now 2nd and 12, Aguilar outside, caught and quickly brought down on the outside tight end route. Now 3rd and 9, Joey Aguilar steps up, dumps it to Caden Robinson, and he's got it on the drag, and he's got a first down, so the Mountaineers driving now. Aguilar's going to go to Roberts. Kanye Roberts in for Haywood, pushing to about the 31. He's going to set up a 2nd and 3 now. It's going to be a pass play, stepping, firing. He's got Roberts again. Kanye Roberts falling down to avoid the fumble. Good drive to start the game, but will they stall out? 2nd and 10. Read option. He's going to go to Haywood, who's back in the game. Haywood down to about the 1. What a reverse there. It was not supposed to go that direction. Now they're going to stick with him, and Haywood leaps over the top, and it's a touchdown. Mikael Haywood striking run after run on this opening drive, and the Tigers don't know what hit them. This crowd is stunned, down 7-0. Cade Klubnik going to start with a simple dump down. That is going to be complete to his receiver on the outside. Now he's got a 4 or 6 yards to gain here on 2nd down, and that is Phil Maffa breaking a few tackles and finally pushed out of bounds. Well, after getting a Clemson first down, 2nd and 3, play action. Klubnik lobs it. Beautiful pass just out of reach of his receiver, though, so they're going to have a 3rd and 3 now. Maffa, he's got it. And that was easy. No resistance from this Mountaineer defensive line. They're just getting overpowered right now. That one's fit into a tight window, and it's caught. Cade Klubnik showing the strength there now as he gets him down 2nd and 7 at about the 30-yard line. Klubnik, quick pass outside on the curl route that's caught, and that is, I believe, Antonio Williams, the junior receiver on the outside now. Klubnik, 2-back set. It's going to be a pass. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Jordan Favors on the safety blitz gets free, and they are able to get the Tigers behind the chains. 3rd and 12. Big play here. Klubnik, all kinds of time to throw. Rolling, firing, and he's open. Phil Maffa trucking his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson, and he's going to gritty on the Mountaineers defense. Just disrespectful. Phil Maffa, I mean, gets open at the last second. As soon as you start to get some pressure, he gets open, and then he just trucks over you. But we're going to get back to Mikael Haywood on the ground. He's got 3 there. Still 2 minutes left in the quarter. Not over yet. Now Kanye Roberts spinning off of the dump down in the flat, and that is a first down. The offense here is doing a good job of staying consistent. We're going to get into the second quarter. Joey Aguilar, no one open, fires it, and that one's caught. Michael Hetzel across midfield into Clemson territory down at the 30-yard line. Just a simple crossing route. And he is able to get free with his speed and athleticism now. Aguilar's going to go to Haywood. Good blocking and another first down on the ground. Big runs so far to start the day. Are they going to be able to keep that up? I couldn't tell you. But hopefully, though, Aguilar has to eat the sack. And now it is a 3rd and 17. Joey Aguilar under center. Looks like he is going to hand it off to Mikael Haywood. Haywood lines it up and can't get much more than that. 4th and 14. That one is short as it is just muffed. And the Mountaineers will walk away with no points. Man, Hughes is unable to get all of it underneath that. A good hold by the backup quarterback, Wiles. But the Mountaineers, you cannot leave points on the board in games like this where you're the underdog. Phil Maffa going to make them pay. Cutting outside. If he had broke that tackle, that is a touchdown. Thank the Lord. They're able to make the tackle on the outside now. 1st and 10. Klubnik going to keep it with Maffa. He's going to have a good cut up the field. He's going to break free. Another first down, and he's finally brought down on the Clemson paw at midfield, right on the 50 now. 2nd and 8. Klubnik, will he keep it on the ground? They'd be smart to, and they do. Maffa outrunning everybody, and that is 3 straight first down runs for Phil Maffa, and they have another one inside Mountaineer territory. This one on the screen, finally brought down after a few yards through the air there, as it is now a 2nd and 6. Klubnik curl route caught, and he's taken down quickly in the secondary. Good coverage there, but not good enough to stop them. 1st and 10. Klubnik hands it off. No, it's a play action under pressure, and he's sacked. The 2nd of the day for Jordan Favors. And Cade Klubnik slow to get up. That was a big hit. And it is now a 2nd and 19. 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Klubnik looks to fire outside. Caught. And Williams, no, that's Phil Maffa again on the outside. He is brought down to set up a 3rd and 10. Good job by the Clemson offense, making it a little bit more manageable. Klubnik into coverage, and it's caught between 3 people. What a catch there. And now they have it at a goal situation. Play action. Klubnik's taken down on the blitz. Play action did not fool this defensive line that time. I believe that was Thomas Davis. They have a 3rd and goal now. Antonio Williams on the right. Maffa behind him to the right. This is going to be a screen play. Maffa not going to get there. He's going to get a few yards. They're going to have to settle for the short field goal from the right hash. That one is up, and it is good. And that is going to extend their lead to 3. 10-7 for the Tigers here as we are in the final couple minutes of this 2nd quarter. A lot of time left for the Mountaineers to drive down the field. This one's dumped down to Haywood. Nowhere to go for Mikael Haywood on the pass there from Joey Aguilar. 3rd and 9. Aguilar steps up. He's going to run for it. Can't get the first down, and they call a timeout. So the Tigers will get the ball back right around midfield after the punt, and they have a 2nd and 3 set up. Klubnik looking to go outside, and it's caught. He's racing down the field. And I know there was a cut there. For whatever reason, my video of this was cut out. But look at this. Apparently, pass interference just doesn't exist in this game, because that is a blatant pick play by Antonio Williams, holding my defender. And Troy Stellato is able to grab it and race to the end zone for another touchdown for the Tigers offense, as Joey Aguilar looking to outrun his man on the outside. Gets free. Cutting outside and into the out-of-bounds line there. So they still have a chance. 55 seconds left. Aguilar spinning down and sacked. The 2nd of the day for this strong defensive line. They're going to let the clock tick down. Maybe take a shot deep downfield, but you do not want to leave much time for Clemson. Now 3rd and 13. Aguilar lobbing it for Robinson. Deep, and it's dropped at the 20, maybe the 19. We will go into the 3rd quarter down 17-7. This one's a play action. Klubnik lobbing it outside, and it's caught. Antonio Williams. Klubnik, an excellent showing so far today for the junior quarterback. Now in the shotgun. It's not going to be a run again. Instead, it's a pass again. Briningstool been fairly quiet, but that one is a big catch for the big tight end. Now Klubnik looking to throw again outside, and it's caught. Antonio Williams on the double move, racing down to the 9. Klubnik has 241 yards, no interceptions, and 2 touchdowns as they have a first and goal. This one's caught. Touchdown, Clemson, as they strike again through the air, and they are following up on their last touchdown drive with another impressive one to start the half. And the Mountaineers desperately need to respond. This one's caught as he's throwing it, hit, and is going to be a 4-yard gain, so a 3rd and 2. Very big 3rd down here. All or nothing for the Mountaineers. 24-7. Joey Aguilar takes it, wants to throw, got his man open. That's the tight end Wilson. He's racing down the field, and he's got it around the 43-yard line, setting up a 1st and 10. Trying to get this offense back and running. This one's going to be a multi-level read option. He's going to give it to Haywood, but nowhere to go. One of the first times he's been shut down. Now 2nd and 12. Going to go to him again. This time, a little bit more space to work with. He is dragged down, but not before he gains 10 yards, and he's going to set up a 3rd and 2. Aguilar, keep it on the ground. Haywood can't get the first. Obviously, down 24-7 in the 3rd. You've got to go for this. 4th and 1. Kanye Roberts, did he get there? The 2nd effort is going to give him the 1st down. They're going to go back to the play action, though. It's going to be a dump down to Haywood. He is going to get the 1st down this time, so no worry about a 4th down conversion on this drive. Again, 1st and 10. Roberts, nowhere to go. I mean, just blown up immediately. No protection from the offensive line. 2nd and 14 now. Aguilar lobs it deep, and it's caught. Behind the secondary is Michael Hetzel. And that is a touchdown down the seam for the slot receiver, as he just used his speed to get past everybody there. Joey Aguilar does a great job of recognizing that as soon as it happened and getting that ball out quickly. So the Tigers up by 10. A stop here would go a big way, and Klubnik sacked. It looked like he dropped the ball, but he was not. I guess he was down. Not going to be called a fumble or anything. They're going to call it a sack, though, thankfully. That's going to set up a 3rd and 14. That was right in Michael Fletcher, one of the leaders on that defensive line. Just a good job zigzagging out of there. And he is able to bring Cade Klubnik down. 3rd and 14 now. Klubnik steps up, fires outside. It's caught by Stellato. He's got a 1st down and more. Past 40-yard line. Down to the 47 of the Mountaineers territory. 2nd and 6. They're going to go to their backup running back. He's got space, and he's got a 1st down again. First time, really, we've seen any other running back besides Phil Maffa. 1st and 10. Speaking of Maffa, he's got a big hole, and he is racing down the right side inside the 30. Markham at the 21. 2nd and 10. Klubnik bringing pressure. The Mountaineers offense, or Mountaineers defense, gets there. They bring him down for the 5th time today. That was Harrington, the one to actually bring him down this time. They have a 3rd and 18. Klubnik looking to throw. Dumps it, and it should have been picked off for a pick 6. But instead, the field goal is hanging right and no good for the Mountaineers. Not the stop you're looking for from your defense, but you still get some sort of stop. They're going to run a play action. Aguilar lobs it as he's hit and can't even get that one back to the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and 14. It's going to be another pass play into coverage. Almost intercepted, and they're going to have to give it right back to Clemson. A letdown on offense. Your defense gets you a stop, and instead they respond by hitting Klubnik. He fumbles it. And it's recovered by the man who forced the fumble as he recovers it right around the 30. I mean, he just lit him up from the blind side. Not even the blind side, from his throwing side. Ball pops in the air, and it's recovered. Trenton Allen-Yo is the one that hit him, the one that forced the fumble, and the one that recovered it. And that's going to set the Mountaineers up. 1st and 10 in Tiger territory. Good run. Strong run by Mikael Haywood. He has had a good day. We're going to start or end the 3rd quarter here on this one. This one's a dump down. It's going to go to Kanye Roberts, cutting it back inside the 3. Markham at the 2, and then into the 4th quarter, we have a 1st and goal at the 2. Aguilar goes to Haywood, looking for the goal line, fumbling the football, and it's recovered by the Tigers. Mikael Haywood might have just lost this game for the Mountaineers. You've got to feel bad for the young running back, Phil Maffa, on 2nd and 5. Gonna get a nice swerving in and out of traffic. And he's got a nice lane to run through all the way down to the 40-yard line of this Mountaineers defense. Klubnik's going to go to Maffa again. He's going to break another tackle. He fumbles it again. Harrington picks it up, breaking free away from Klubnik. The defense coming through once again. After a bad week to start the year, they have gotten back-to-back clutch turnovers, even when the offense has not done anything with it. They are able to respond to this Clemson's high-powered running game. Phil Maffa, good job by Harrington to just stay in the play, sees it on the ground, turns around and grabs it. Then he evades Klubnik, and he is gone off to the races. What a return. What a scoop and score for the Mountaineers. And now you need another stop. Your defense is exhausted, but they've got some momentum. Phil Maffa's going to get the ball, and he's going to get 4 on the ground to start this drive. 2nd and 6. Klubnik adjusting the protection. He's going to go to Maffa. No, it's a play action. Had him sacked instead. It's going to be caught breaking free. And this one is over, folks. It is a touchdown again for the Tigers offense. I believe that his name is Marcus Brown. His 2nd of the day. And man, you had Clemson where you wanted them. And instead, he just breaks out of 3 defenders around him and takes it to the house. Now they're going to start with Michael Hetzel on the jet sweep. Gets a few. Nothing crazy there. They're going to set up a 2nd and 7. Every yard counts when you're trying to upset the number 6 team in the country. Now he's going to be a dump down to Kanye Roberts. Good job by the Clemson defense to respond. Now 3rd and 5. This one is the biggest 3rd down of the day. Aguilar outside. Should have been picked off, but it's caught by Caden Robinson. The defender got a little overzealous and misjumped the route. Now 2nd and 3. It's going to be a play action. Aguilar steps, fires, hits Hetzel. He's got it on the crosser into Clemson territory at the 42. And now they have it ready to go. 1st and 10. Play action. Aguilar, all kinds of time. Fires it to Caden Robinson. Good job recognizing the zone coverage and finding the open spot. They have it 2nd and 9. Inside Tiger territory. Kanye Roberts, good run, setting up a 3rd and much more manageable. A 3rd and 4. Struggling to change the play. The noise in this Tiger Stadium is deafening. Aguilar gives it to Roberts, who gets the 1st down and then some down inside the 5. Now 1st and goal. Looks to keep it on the ground again. Anderson Castle, his first carry of the game. The power back. Not expected to do a lot except for get some big runs. Kind of a lot of confusion. They're going to run the read option. Castle keeps it, and it's a touchdown for the Mountaineers. They're going to cut this lead back down to just 3. So if they can get a stop with 3.5 minutes left, you have a chance. Maffa, beautiful play action. That is the dagger potentially. Had a sack. And Klubnik, just a great job selling the play action. He's able to get an open dart downfield. Now the 2-minute warning's away. Again, great play action. It's caught again. Racing down the field, and it's down to the 2. Klubnik, I mean, just what a final drive. Phil Maffa into the end zone. Multiple tries there to sack Cade Klubnik, and I mean, they were really close. But the play action plays proved too much. Phil Maffa's been running all over the field today. You have to respect it. And that's one of the best cases of using a play-action play. This game's not over yet. Christian Horn racing outside. He's going to get lit up after getting into the 2nd level. They have 1:41 to do something with it. 1st and 10. After the pitch and catch, Aguilar stepping back, steps up. He looks to run with it. He's going to just scamper for a few yards. 2nd and 7 now as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 1.5 remains. Aguilar, back of the pocket, stepping into the open zone, lobbing it after he crossed the line, I think. That is, I believe, yeah, it is an illegal forward pass. They have it 4th and 6 now. Aguilar for the game to be over. This time, though, he gets the 1st down. No sack from behind this time. They're going to hurry up back to the line after the run. 1st and 10. Looks to go deep. Hit as he throws. Gets it off. Incomplete. Christian Horn was there. But the coverage was better by this Clemson secondary. An elite secondary, might I add. Now 3rd and 10. This time he can't get away from the pressure. It's now 4th and 10. For all the marbles, Aguilar throws it off his back foot deep down the field, and it's dropped. Great coverage, and the Tigers will take this one. Julius Canary and the Mountaineers, you've got to respect their effort. They came back from 24-7 to only lose by 10. It was a good effort, but Clemson's offense was just too much to stop in that 4th quarter. They just had a really, really perfect closing quarter. And Cade Klubnik, I mean, he had about as close of a game you could have. Too perfect. 445 yards, 90% completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns without a turnover. I mean, he averaged 15 yards a pass. What a game from Klubnik. Just one of the best games you will ever see from a college football quarterback. And then pair that with Phil Maffa getting 8 yards per carry and a touchdown, 143 on the ground all day long. Tyler Brown, I got his name wrong. Man, he was good for them. 7 for 120 and 2 touchdowns. Troy Stellato in the slot. He had 5 for 94 and 1 touchdown. And then you also had Phil Maffa down there with the 1 touchdown through the air for this Tigers offense. They were just dominating this game at all levels. And our defense made some really big stops, but the offense just wasn't consistent enough for it to matter. We really needed to score every drive to have a chance to win this game, and we just couldn't do it. And, yeah, Avion Terrell led the team in total tackles, most tackles for losses, and sacks goes to DeMonte Carhart, as he is there for the defensive line unit for the Tigers. As far as our stats go, Joey Aguilar, good game, but nothing crazy. 18 of 29, 242 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. I mean, played well, but he didn't do anything to make the upset happen. Obviously, if he did, we would have won. Mikael Haywood, really good start, but he kind of slowed down in the second half. Really couldn't get it going in the second half. Kanye Roberts had a few runs that were okay, but he struggled as well. Haywood and Anderson Castle both had a touchdown on the ground, though. So, unfortunately, that fumble by Mikael Haywood when we were down 24-14 and had just got the ball back really, really damaged our game. You've got to think if you get that touchdown at that 1-yard line, you have a much better chance to win. Michael Hetzel led the way in yardage, 4 for 93 and a touchdown. He was tied in catches with Caden Robinson and Kanye Roberts, who's done a really good job getting the ball out of the backfield. He's so electric when he gets that ball through the air. So, I mean, I just am happy with the way he's developed in this offense. Most tackles goes to Trenton Allen Yo. He had a really big game. For us, Jordan Favors led the team in tackles for losses, tied with Trenton Allen Yo, and sacks goes to Jordan Favors as well. No interceptions, but we did have 2 forced fumbles. One recovered by Trenton Allen Yo, who forced it, and then Brendan Harrington with that big scoop and score of 54 yards. And yeah, even with that loss, we got a couple of big news in the scouting department or the recruiting department. All of these guys have reached their top 5 schools, and as you can see, we are the #1 team on all of them. A couple of 3 stars, couple of 2 stars, really trying to round out our depth. Not going for like any one position majorly because, we don't really have like a, what would I call it, like a major need right now. We have a lot of medium-sized needs on offense and defense. This is what our board's looking like. I'm going a lot after guys that I like their physical attributes as well as their statistics, like a 6-foot receiver who has 94 speed, 90 agility, and 89 acceleration. So he's not the fastest, but he's interested in coming here. He's got good talent, as you can see, and it's just a great way to acquire a receiver that we know can play at a high level. Connor Naw is a big guy. That strong safety we just passed. I'm going after Clifton Bynum, a 4-star center, would really help us upholster that offensive line. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. Right now he has us at #1, and it's kind of weird to see an athlete that is a center or offensive lineman, but really heavily after him right now. And unfortunately, it looks like a few of these guys down here we're going to have to drop out of. Stephen Z out of York, South Carolina. I was really interested in him, a 3-star cornerback, one of the better ones that we were going after. It just looks like, he's got pretty big offers from South Carolina. So I don't think in Virginia Tech, I don't think we're going to have much of a chance. South Carolina's already got a visit in on him. We're going to have to cut him out of that. Unfortunately, you have to do that sometimes. And the same thing goes for John Barr, a 4-star and best player, top 7 cornerback in the country, 47th nationally. So I was surprised we were even developing with him. But South Carolina offered him. He's from South Carolina. He's got a lot of interest in staying home. We didn't even have a visit on him, so I really just didn't see us doing too much with that. So I really, unfortunately, it was a tough decision, but I'm probably going to end up removing him from the board because 50 points is 50 points we can allocate elsewhere. And honestly, I want to use it to establish some visits right now. We're going to go ahead and bring in a couple of guys on big visits like Tony Lenovoy, the 2-star left or right tackle. Not a crazy talented guy, but, he's a Columbia, South Carolina talent, and he's got interest in being close to home, and we've got pretty good proximity to home as well. So I think that's, going to be a really big thing there to be able to convince him. Roger Jusek, as I said, Kyle Juszczyk's brother, I guess we could make that story. Connor Nall is another guy I'm really big on getting a visit in. The only problem is we're technically a tier above all of these teams, even the ones we're overall matched up with. So if we lose any of these games, we lose a lot of prestige with these recruits. So we're going to keep going on the proximity to home train. Atlanta, Georgia's not all that far from here, so we can count that as close to home. Clifton Bynum is the final guy we're going to give a visit for this week. Very big prospect. We're going to send him in with Tony Lenovoy just to get him in with another offensive lineman. Maybe those guys can develop together. Here's a look at all the top 25 games around the country. See if anything crazy happened. The Missouri Tigers beat Buffalo, but not by all that much. Nebraska, 25th ranked in the country. They upset the Colorado Buffaloes in that rivalry game. Deion Sanders doesn't know how to win that game. He won last year, but he doesn't know how to win that game this year. Shedeur Sanders, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times. Not a good showing for Shedeur Sanders. Dylan Raiola didn't have a great game, but good enough to win the game, I guess. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. It also helps when your when your running back runs 13 times for 130 yards. So the Cornhuskers starting out 2-0, and they're going to get ranked here early in this one. Kansas State dominated by Tulane, so the Wildcats maybe dropping out of the rankings if they lose another game. USF barely loses to Alabama, the Crimson Tide, with their new head coach after Saban. Iowa State takes home the Cy-Hawk Trophy. They're able to beat their rival in state there as they beat up on Iowa 21-14. Georgia dominates the Pandas 41-0. Wisconsin squeaks by the Sharks 24-17. Michigan beats the Longhorns by 10. So the Wolverines start out 2-0, and the Longhorns have their playoff hopes a little bit lowered there after that one. It's a quality loss to say the least. But, a loss on your record still is a loss on your record, unfortunately. So even with it being to Michigan, Alex Orji having a good year so far, apparently. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Donovan Edwards, good game, averaging 7 a carry. Quinn Ewers just didn't do enough. He didn't turn it over, but he also didn't score or produce any points on his own. And that's just not going to win you a game against Michigan. Here's a few of the other ones. Oklahoma squeaks by Houston. LSU dominates the Pandas as well, even though they just played Georgia the same week. They're all around the country playing a bunch of different games. Michigan State is going to be able to beat Maryland by 1 score, so the Spartans find themselves in the top 25. For the first time in a while, they've had a rough go as a program, but they're able to get the win. A couple of big wins to start the year. Utah upset by the Baylor Bears, so the Utes fall down to 21. Notre Dame wins over NIU. Ole Miss dominates Middle Tennessee. A couple of bigger games down here. Ohio State beats up on Western Michigan. Dominates them. Tennessee beat up by NC State. South Carolina is not able to upset the Kentucky Wildcats. They lose by 3. Washington squeaks by Eastern Michigan. Will Rogers there as the new quarterback. USC beats Utah State. Boise State pulls off the unthinkable and upsets Dylan Gabriel and this electric Oregon offense. Man, Malachi Nelson, the transfer from USC with 4 touchdowns, only 1 pick, and he only got sacked 3 times, 219 yards, 57% completion percentage. What a showing for the Boise State Broncos. They better get ranked. 295 through the air, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Their running game, though, could not get going for the Ducks. Jordan James only 69 yards on the night, as that is probably the biggest upset we've seen so far in this series. Arizona rounds out those matchups with a win. As for us, next episode, we'll return to conference play with a East Carolina matchup. This one should be pretty exciting. A battle for North Carolina back on the road as we take on the East Carolina Pirates. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.